This is supposed to be what we're gonna be going after TikTok is live. Oh, they heard me talking about them. So we live now. Okay, YouTube. Thank you, boo. Now let me get them on the same page with you guys. Literally. What do y'all need grants for in y'all business? Talk to me in the chat. I'm full. I fought off a nap. I was like, let me get up. I gotta go live. So I'm ready to talk if you are. So in the chat, just tell me what you do. I'll introduce myself in a minute, but we talking about you right now. Let me get YouTube on the same script with us. Right now they can hear me, hopefully. There we go. I love that we can do this. Okay, so let me pull up their chat as well. And there we go. Okay. If you're new here, put new. Let me know if this is your first time. Let me say hey to you officially. We got 3 streams going. So I'm live on YouTube. We are blackwomeningrants.com there. Just spell out the word dots, D-O-T. We're live on TikTok, YouTube, if you want to come join us to interact with the others. We're Black Women in Grants on TikTok. And then we're live on my Facebook page. Y'all see all that hair? My long locks. I'm Dr. AJ Austin on Facebook. Shouts out to my credit union today, too. I'm Dr. AJ Austin there. They gave me a credit because I called and asked. I used to work in customer service, so when I say I'm resourceful, girl, I know where the money is. Just call and be nice. And then they see that doctor in front of them, and they're like, hey, what are you doing? Anyway, Nene is new. Nene, what's your business, girl? What you do? If you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I help Black women for profit, small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. I did our new numbers today and last night. I can't remember which one. I just remember I was sleepy, so I was messing it up. So it was either in between naps or last night right before I went to bed, and I should have been asleep. But let me tell y'all, I already done messed up the paper. I dropped water on it right away. I told y'all if I'm not wasting something, it's only officially mine when I drop it, scratch it, waste some on it, then it's mine. So this our new list. We have 18 women in my mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com. Now it's over 600 in the program. But the last 18 that I've talked to have won grants. And so I did our numbers, our new numbers. This is my Southern twang. I'm from Georgia, by the way. But the country, Georgia, where they talk like this versus Atlanta when they talk like this. So it just depends on which side of Georgia I'm on. But anyway, $357,460. Y'all, that's almost $500,000 that we have won as Black women, for-profit, small business owners. Can anybody use a touch of that? Just give me like a percentage, Jesus. Just want to touch the hem of that number. Can anybody use a little touch? Because these ladies are doing it, honey. And I also, oh, I need to do that. I'm gonna put their cities for our future lives because I like to rep cities. Um, but I also like to talk about the industries that they're in, that they're winning this money. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. Can anybody use a grant? Just put grants in the chat. Let me know. I want to make sure I'm talking to the right people. Louisiana's in the house. I'm trying to think is any. I'll know when I go and put their cities down. I said I was gonna do that today. Let me find me a I just hear my country coming out. I don't know. I don't know. It just sneaks up on me. So y'all forgive me. If you can't understand me, just ask me what I said. Okay. Lovingly says grants. Mahogany says, you talking to me? Mahogany, what's your business? Raven is a farmer. I'm writing this as I talk to y'all because I had to redo this list. I ain't doing it again for a while. Water stains and all. Okay. Deanna. Okay, so let me go down our list. Raven is a Black woman farmer in, I know she's in Baltimore, so let me put her city here. And yes, you can win a grant regardless of your business, regardless of your city. Here we go. Oh, hold on. I said I was gonna put a cough drop in my water. Hold on, because it helps and it tastes good. So we got us a little rusty honey lemon that's over here melting anyway. So add that to the water. Okay. Then we got Deanna Joy. Deanna, I think she's in Tennessee, but she's a non-profit grants writer. Okay. But she's winning grants for her for-profit business and for her clients. Y'all tell me what city y'all in. Let me see if anybody might know these people. Shanika is a fashion designer. I got to look up her city. These are ladies that are in my mentorship that have won money so far. They're part of this almost 500,000. We know Beautiful is in Louisiana. Let me say, go Baltimore. You in Baltimore? I'm in Georgia, as you can hear in my accent. Tamika, where's Tamika? I think Tamika's here with me. Um, I don't know what she does because she didn't win for her business. She won. Oh, I'm supposed to be telling y'all how much they won. Shanika won $5,000 for her fashion business. Tamika won $1,500 for her mother-in-law who has Lou Gehrig's disease. And Tamika's here in Georgia with me because she won through the Georgia chapter of the ALS Society. Ashley, Ashley's in Colorado. She is an organic skin care line owner. Talking myself through it. She's won over $42,000, y'all, in grants and grant funded opportunities. I just talked to her today. Tay is, everybody should know Tay if you've been here before. She is our swim instructor in New York. And she teaches little black and brown kids how to swim. She also trains lifeguards and swim instructors as well. Comatose is a caterer. Where's Comatose? I can't recall. I'll look her up too. She won $500 recently for her catering business. Let me know which of these you can see yourself in. Like if I'm calling out your industry or if I'm calling out how much you need in grants, just let me know. Selena, I definitely don't know where Selena is. I don't even know what Selena do, but I know Selena has won. It's between 10 and 12,000. I know she won a $10,000 grant to do a back to school drive for her neighborhood. So I got to look up what hood she's representing. Brittany, she owns a co-work commercial kitchen in Virginia. I'm doing good to remember all this. I talk about them so much. She just won her first $15,000 small business pitch competition. 90 days into our mentorship. So if you're wondering how long it takes to win a grant, you can do it in 90 days. You too. What about y'all? I see y'all on here. Say hey. Eartha. Eartha is a nurse, but Eartha is so unique with what she does. She is the nurse they call when babies are born not breathing. And she brings them back to life. Like literally breathes life into these babies. And so she trains nurses how to be the one to do that for their hospitals. So she literally has a training center here in Georgia, but she's in North Georgia or north of me, shall I say. I'm in Atlanta, but she recently won a pitch competition. She spoke about 60 seconds for her business. They gave her $250, which is a sponsorship for one of the nurses to go through her training. So that was a lot of fun to watch her do that. Paula owns a nonprofit organization. I don't know where Paula is, but she had applied to over 50 grants before she joined our mentorship. And she was like, I keep coming up empty handed. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And so I walked her through just the conversation and just getting her mind out of the gutter from where she was, I'm losing and I keep losing. They keep rejecting me and not. After our conversation, she received a letter for her nonprofit. I don't work with nonprofits, but she got her first $7,500 grant. Ain't that cool? Just in changing her mindset, child. I don't know where she at, so we got to look her address up too. Miss Fab, she's in Texas. She owns 9 businesses. So I'm gonna put 9 business owner. Don't get me started on which one she owns, because girl, I don't know. But she recently won $12,500 in grant funded opportunities. I think she's in Port Arthur, Texas, if I'm saying it right. So she won this package from this group of lawyers that are designed to help small businesses get started legally. So think of copyright, trademarking, LLC, getting your account set up so you're like legally protected, setting that foundation. And then she won $500 scholarship to go through a training program to be like at a PhD level from something else she learned to do. Felicia does a lot. We call her Fab for short. And then she won a $3,500 scholarship to um, a business training and development program to help her build her other business out. So she's on the go. She's on the move. She's like, tell me what else I need to do. Desiree owns a company called Easy Oat Burgers. She makes hamburger, well, they're not hamburgers, but she makes burgers out of oats for vegan, vegetarian friendly options. She won $13,000 in grants and grant funded opportunities. So what are we gonna? We're just gonna put Easy Oat Burgers on hers because I don't know what her official title is. I don't know if she in the kitchen making the burgers or she just own the company and run it. Doesn't matter. She's winning. Victoria is a podcaster. Many people have asked me, can you win grants for podcasting? She won $4,500, two separate scholarships to go through business training and development programs to make sure she's setting up her business right. So she helps other podcasters launch their businesses. Um, where is she located? I don't know. I'm gonna look all these people up. Karen, I forgot where Karen was at. She's won $3,500 so far in a scholarship to go through a business training and development program as well that's sponsored by Bank of America. And she is a seasonal baker. So she has a 9 to 5 job, full-time job, but on the side, on the weekends, on the holidays, on her days off, she bakes goods during the different seasons. And then in her off time, she volunteers at local homeless shelters. And then there's Love. Is a fashion designer as well. I don't know where she's located. I gotta see if I can find that. We have Tolu. Tolu is a part of a group of global leaders I'm a part of. I think she's in another country. I want to say South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. I got to look her up. But she won a $3,500 scholarship to go through a business training and development program. And then Peaches, she's a restaurant owner in Michigan, and she owns a barbecue restaurant. She just won $9,500 for her restaurant. She bought a new fridge, new freezer combo. And then she bought she said she bought her some ribs, some brisket, and some pantry items. And so this is a mix of grants, meaning checks in the mail, money deposited into your business bank account, and grant funded opportunities like scholarships, contests, giveaways, bursaries, partnerships, sponsorships, you name it. These ladies have won it totaling, let me get that total again, $357,460 so far. We'll be a half a million in wins overall before the end of this year. Can y'all see yourselves in like that number? Because even winning the grant funded opportunities, let me give you an example. I just did a grant funded opportunities worth $25,000. So if you follow my any of my other socials other than TikTok, I was talking about that today, how I got flued out to New York twice for a total of 5 days. You know, they pay for the flights there and back both times, totaling, let me read my post today, totaling $2,000. I didn't know, girl, I don't fly like that. I had flown once before this year, before that grant funded me with that grant funded opportunity. So I definitely did not know that um, plane tickets cost that much. But when they sent me the receipt, $500 each time plus check bags and all that, I was like, this is high. So anyway, most days I work from home, but those 5 days in New York on business was courtesy of that grant funded opportunity. So I mentioned I've only flown one time before this year. So I was shocked at how much business travel costs. And then people started talking about first class and upgrades. And I was like, girl, I'm just trying to get there safely. Okay, I'm scared of heights. Then I got on the plane and I realized I am not scared of heights no more today, right now. So once I saw what they were pouring into us, I got on, I was like group 3, boarding group 3. So I got on, got to take my little selfies before my little seatmates got in there. And Delta flight window seat from ATL to LAX. I actually flew into LaGuardia one time and then Newark another time. So that's why I say what's going on in Jersey because I don't know nothing. I just showed up. And they use the travel agency. So I didn't have to book nothing. I didn't have to pay for that. Girl, just tell me where to be. I love being catered to. Please take care of me. So then I get to the airport. We had $800 in travel vouchers for our trip. So of course I went all out. Uber Black, extra large SUV. It's just me and my little suitcase, child, my carry-on luggage that I checked. Hallelujah. Okay, so what we at now? 2,000 for the flight round trip, 800 in travel vouchers. Then when I got to the hotel, the Marriott, my suite was upgraded. And so I learned that these were $500 a night suites. New York is expensive. I was like, how is y'all surviving? It is expensive. But this wasn't my money. So I was having a good time. So what we at? 25, 8. I don't even know. We're going to do the math when I finish. I told y'all it's a $25,000 opportunity. Okay. This is just traveling to get there. Now, we ain't even got into the good stuff. So yeah, 500 a night in my little suite at the Marriott and king size bed, 21st floor, breathtaking view of the New York City lights, catered breakfast at the penthouse suite, top floor overlooking the city the following morning. Getting transported between New York, New Jersey, they had us in like the Benz shuttles. We just, it's at the front of the hotel, walked out, get in the shuttle. The shuttle shuttled us to the ferry. The ferry ferried us to the other side of the city. Where breakfast, lunch, and dinner was covered daily. So we just moving around the city, traveling in style. Did not spend a penny out of. Well, I bought stuff at the gift shop. I'm a souvenir junkie. I'm a tourist in Atlanta, so I be buying postcards and stickers and whatnot, coffee mugs. That's me. I got hats and t-shirts. I'm gonna remember this trip, hell. So I got to travel in style, being catered to, being provided for, but I felt safe. That was the important part because I knew all of that was taken care of. But I was also the boss. Like, look at the boss being taken care of, being my own boss because that's what grants allow me to do for my business. So I'm excited because this wasn't just my experience, my clients' experiences. I talked to two of them recently. One just started a similar journey to this in Colorado. I got another journey coming up in a couple weeks. I got another one. She's midway through her journey and she get $5,000 at the end of the program she's about to finish. There's two other programs that give $1,000 at the end, plus all this taking care of you, training. Um, what else happened? Oh, 13 weeks online being coached, advised, trained, mentored in business, like taking it to the next level. And so I'm sharing all of this because these types of opportunities exist. We had a great time. One of my cohort mates is here. Hi, Lorraine. Lorraine, you know we on TikTok. You want to come join us? So Lorraine is on our Facebook Live. She was in the program with me. We made it. I ain't gonna say it wasn't easy, but it was a lot of fun looking back. So I was just reminiscing today. One of the memory pictures popped up, and looking at where I am in my business as of today, it's all worth it, especially when you ain't got to spend your own money. Amen. Amen. Okay. K Wit says, "Hi, Dr. AJ. Please don't stop the scholarship. I really want to join. Just going through some stuff." So, K Wit, good news for you to hurry up and make a decision. Okay. First of all, I don't know if y'all know, but I have a mentorship program. That's what K Wit is talking about. She's telling me don't change anything. The mentorship is not changing, however, it is getting y'all get access to it for a shorter amount of time. So it's a year-long program, used to be before 2 days ago. Now it's 6 months. So for those of you who are wondering, how long does it take to win grants like this? You can win a grant within 90 days by just walking step by step through my program. Do what I say. Okay. You get access to the program for 6 months. It doesn't take 6 months to go through the program. That's why I shortened it from a year. Don't worry about the year. You don't get a year no more. You get 6 months. Because really, if you give yourself 90 days while going through the program, while implementing what I teach you, you will win something. Okay. The something could be a grant check in the mail, a grant deposit in your bank account, a scholarship to go through a business training and development program like I did, where you're well provided for, taken care of, courtesy of somebody else's bank account. Man, it could look like what Tay has won. One of the things she's won is a contest. She won the $5,000 Lenovo technology grant to upgrade all of her home office technology, the full suite. So she has a new laptop, new desktop, Bapruda, as my little niece used to call computers, new tablet, new Fitbit, extra $500, and she was a finalist in their $50,000 giveaway. Okay, so that's what we call grant funded opportunities. So you got grants, cash prizes, send me a check, that's it. Then you got grant funded opportunities. So I'm looking at grant funded opportunities. I bought this. It's a tumbler. It's real cute with the top. I'm gonna put my top on before I waste this. I bought this with grant money. Won a giveaway. $500 shopping spree at Office Depot Office Max. Went in there and lost my mind like I was on that show, Supermarket Sweep from back in the days. Oh, you can tell me nothing. My book bag, it's in the living room, but I got a Kenneth Cole book bag for $100. But I ain't never paid no $100 plus for no book bag. A grant. Mm-hmm. Waste some water. But I got two of these. I got heaters for my office space. I got she hiding here, but she be falling off the desk. I got a terabyte. I know what a terabyte is. That ain't what this called. This called a portable, like a hard drive. I ain't even using. I had it for years now. A little terabyte. They not cheap. I done bought them and beat them up. But a grant was taking care of this. I got it's tucked away very well. I forgot this stuff was here. I done bought so much stuff. The little y'all see this? My little tablet here. All of this was covered by grants. I don't know if y'all can see behind me. So look, y'all see the dollars and the $2. Those are grant check stubs. I keep them in a frame. So just little memorabilia for what grants can cover. Okay. Uh, we got us 2 packs of these. I ain't even used them. I was gonna download my book and send them to my clients. But girl, everything is electronic now. So stuff's still in packages around here. They sent me some new pens. I don't know if y'all know about tool pens. These things like $20 a pop, okay? And I got like 14 of them. Thousands of dollars in coaching and self-care packages, t-shirts, candles, self-care boxes with like I got like a tongue scraper and a snack bag and nail oil. I got the weirdest stuff. All thanks to grants and grant funded opportunities. I got a new desk, new chair, new filing cabinet. I sold one of my desks to my neighbor because I had just bought a new one, so I didn't need it. She was like, well, why you get it? I said, because it was free and I could. Now, how much you want to buy this for? So those are just a few things I can think of. I got a list floating around here somewhere of all the stuff that I want. Everything is something as simple as a cup of coffee, lunch delivered to my door through Grubhub, all the way up to the $25,000 opportunities and more. And then when you do multiple ones, they add up. So that's how the numbers grow. And it depends on what you need a grant for because everything that I've won grants for is stuff that I would already use my money for. So, like the business coaching, taking new classes. I've received like a year of Audible. So, I read a new book every month last year. I pay for those anyway. A year of Amazon Prime, unlimited digital business cards. So, I got a little QR code. People scan and all my or my contact information pops up when I go out networking, so I don't have to order business cards anymore. Thank God. So much more though, and it's the little things that matter because the little things add up. So when you're asking yourself, what do I really need a grant for? It doesn't have to be this grand scheme like I need a new building, I want land, I want a car. You can go to the simplest things and get grants to cover it, right? So my big thing was travel this year, plus the education through business training and development programs, and then being able to bring this type of knowledge, these experiences back to those of you who want the same for your business. So, question on the table. What do you need a grant for? Let me know. What could you use a grant for in your business? And if you're thinking of things like marketing, tell me, is it like social media marketing? Is it direct mail marketing? Is it like advertising, billboards? Like you can dream big, you can also dream small. Again, it just depends on what you need a grant for. And yes, there is a grant available for your business, regardless of what you do. So, with our 18 winners that I just went through our list, I'm telling y'all about the different categories that they're in. And they're all over the place: swim instructor, nonprofit grant writer, our farmer, fashion designers, seasonal baker, podcaster, restaurateur, non nonprofit grant writer, nurse, co-work space owner, community developer, organic skincare line, farmer. What y'all need grants for? Talk to me in the chat. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I help Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. So we're not just sitting and talking about it. We're really learning what they're calling the secret economy, because a lot of people hear about grants, but they don't really know what they are. Or if you're hearing about them, it's not from someone who is telling you how they've won grants or what they're doing with the funding. So, anybody want to tell me either what you do in your business or what you need a grant for? Let me know. Over at blackwomeningrants.com is my year-long mentorship program where I help you dive into the secret of grants, what they are, what they're not, what to look out for, what to look forward to as you start to look for grants. Most importantly, how not to get scammed. Because there are grant scams. Can anyone here use a grant? If so, talk to me in the chat. What could you use a grant for? Let me know. I know y'all probably over there multitasking too. But I love a good conversation. The more you talk, the more I can help and point you in the right direction for resources for winning grants. You really don't find this just anywhere. Learning from a grant winner. Now, I'm not just someone who sits and talks about it. I actually just applied to 2 grants. I think it was like 3,000 or 3,500 recently. I'm proud of myself because it takes discipline to sit and apply for this stuff. But you got to know what to say on these applications in order to win. And a lot of people are just applying randomly, hoping that they win. But they can't be guaranteed that they're even answering the questions right or putting the right information there. So if you're just joining us or if you haven't told me about your business, talk to me. What do you do in your business? And I can tell you more about what you could potentially qualify for a grant for. Does anybody want to tell me what you do? Oh, YouTube, I forgot about y'all. Hold on, let me pull this back up. Okay. If you're listening in on YouTube, you can chat. I can see your comments here as well. If you want to tell me what you do in your business or what you could use a grant for. And then we'll get into our juicy topic. Because a lot of y'all, I just wanted to give you a chance to tell me what you do. Tell me what you need a grant for. If you're just listening, do me a favor and share this live really quick. Just either tag somebody in the chat or share the live. You can also like the live. Thank you to whoever's been tapping for 2.8 thousand likes. I see you and I acknowledge you and I thank you. I see the little hearts fluttering. But do me a favor and share this out real quick. Let's spread the love and get more Black women into the room that needs to be here, a part of these conversations for their businesses. Because as I mentioned, you're not going to find a lot of safe spaces for Black women to come together and talk about getting other people's money to start or sustain or scale their business. So do me a favor, whatever you're doing, pause real quick, share this live, please. And thank you. You can also put hashtag FYP in the chat and it'll tell TikTok that we are live and that they should let more people know that we are live. And I can see you there sharing, tagging, or putting your hashtag FYPs as you do it. And I have a bonus for, let's see if I can see the first person to do it. I got something for you. So I'll give y'all a minute. Thank you, Lorraine. Marshall, Lorraine, pick a number. You know how this goes. Between 1 and 35, girl, you get to choose our topic of conversation tonight. What number you want to talk about, Lorraine? That's your bonus prize for helping to share the live. I appreciate you, girl. Give me a number. By the way, these are all of my little topics that'll be in my fourth book. It'll be available at the end of this month. Lorraine's going to choose the topic from the book tonight that we'll talk about. I'll pull out that page and we'll go for it. Okay, Lorraine, is that 2 or 21? That'll like 21. You know I be trying to struggle and see. That'll like 21. Okay. Girl, okay, 21. Let's see. Small business pitch videos, Lorraine. This is the template. Let me find my notes. Hold on. So Lorraine and I both went through the program that I just told you about. Got flew out to New York. And made it through the program. Graduated, child. Hold on. My notes aren't numbered yet. I'm working on that. So I gotta find this. But before we graduated, we had to submit a pitch video, and I hated it. I hated the layout that they gave us because that's not how I teach it. So I just went along to get along for that one. But I'm about to teach y'all the right way for the small business pitch videos, okay? And then it also, the effort that I put into my pitch videos depend on what's at the end of that. We getting money? What's the prize? Because I go all out. If not, child, you finna get what I got. And it ain't a whole lot if I'm just like over it, you know. So, does anyone here consider themselves a speaker? Let's start there. Like a lot of people are scared to get on stage, to talk in front of a crowd. Do you consider yourself a speaker, whether it's a paid speaker, a public speaker, etc.? Y'all talk to me in the chat because that's important to know for pitches. Lorraine says no, but I'll talk. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody get stage fright? One of our small business pitch champs, every time she gets on stage and talks about her business, she complains that she hates her voice. But she's won $35,500 from using her voice on stage, pitching for her business. Would y'all do that too for a check? I know I would. I do. I'm doing it now. I'm here talking with y'all about my business. And so that's a vital part of what's known as small business pitch competitions. Have anyone heard about a small business pitch competition? In the chat, just put me in the chat because a lot of people get it confused with 30-second elevator pitches, and they're not. They're not the same. Lorraine says she would do it for a check. Okay, when pitching your business, is this the right number, girl? I don't even know no more. Small business pitch videos. Okay, let me. I think this is it. Nope, that's not it. That's number 12. Okay, I'm gonna keep looking, Lorraine. Okay. I'm working on numbering them. Okay, so let me tell y'all first. A 30-second elevator pitch and a pitch for a small business pitch competition is not the same. So in a small business pitch competition, I think this is it. Yeah, I think so. I just didn't title it. No wonder I couldn't find it. I'm going to just go through my notes, and it's going to be real helpful to somebody to start understanding the small business pitch. So imagine you're in a room with like 50 people, maybe 100, maybe thousands. Okay, it's not making it any better for those of you who are scared to get on stage. And they're like, tell us about your business, but don't just tell us about it. Here's what we need to know. Why do you need grant money? So y'all put that in the chat real quick. I've asked earlier, tell me why you need grant money. Let's see who's ready for a pitch. Even if you're not ready to pitch your business, now you'll start to understand what goes into a pitch. So tell me, just throw something out there. Why do you need a grant? Put that in the chat because they're going to say, what are you going to use this money for? So if you're saying stuff like to help, to create, to sell, to deliver your product or service, to develop software, or to get more tools like upgraded software, inventory, branding. Maybe you need merch. I just had some t-shirts designed for a few of my private clients. And we got the merch together. Maybe you need a new website. Maybe you want to take some um, coaching programs, courses, classes. Does anybody want to tell me real quick in the chat, why do you need a grant? If y'all don't talk, I'm going to just assume I'm talking to bots because it's weird when I be asking questions and ain't nobody talking back. I know scammers be on here too, and they probably inboxing y'all and stuff saying they're me. It's not me talking to y'all in the chat. But if you're here to learn about grants as a Black woman, for-profit, small business owner, talk to me so I don't think you're weird, okay? I do be judging sometimes, even though I shouldn't. Lorraine says to support youth sports groups and get supplies. Thank you, Lorraine. So that's one thing that'll be in your pitch versus the elevator pitch. You would never mention why you need a grant. Um, in an elevator pitch, not an elevator pitch, in a small business pitch competition, they're also going to want to know about your team. So, do you have team? Team looks like people that you pay, including yourself, staff, employees, independent contractors, freelancers, interns, temporary people, seasonal workers. Does anyone have that or need that? Because even if you don't have it right now, but you need it, you put that in your pitch when you're pitching for funding. Okay. So to paint the scene, you're standing on stage in front of a group of 50 plus people. One of my clients, Eartha, that I mentioned, it's on our list of grant winners. She was in a stadium, y'all, and wasn't scared. And it was her first time, and she still walked away with money. So she pitched in a stadium and talked about her business. So you're going to talk about what you need a grant for, how you're going to use it. Jaleesa said she needs inventory. What kind of inventory, Jaleesa? Talk to me. You're going to talk about the people in your business, your staff, your team. So think of your virtual assistants or VAs. Think of your CEO or your chief executive officer. Think of your CFO, your chief financial officer. Think of your accountants, your bookkeepers, your tax advisors, coaches, personal assistants, executive assistants, social media managers, marketing directors, customer service departments, human resource departments. Can anyone use funding to bring these people on your team? Just put team in the chat because we got what do you need the grant for? We got who is your team? And you're also going to tell them what you do. Y'all, some of y'all have already told me what you do. Can anyone use team? Put that in the chat if so. Those are 3 things that's in your small business pitch. So now you can start to see how this is not a 30-second elevator pitch, because in 30 seconds you could not even go down a list of what you need a grant for. I've been asking y'all for 30 minutes and y'all ain't saying nothing. So this is why a small business pitch is different. Lorraine needs team. Lorraine, who do you need on your team out of the VA, the CEO, the CFO, the accountant, the bookkeeper, the tax advisor, the coach, the personal assistant, the social media manager, the marketing director, customer service, HR? Who you need, girl? Let me know. Because these are the top things. So if you ever wondered, what is a small business pitch competition? Or if you hear the term slide deck, this is information that goes on those slides because you're educating a panel of judges and a room full of your peers about why you want to win the prize money that's on the table. It could be 10,000, it could be 20,000, but you got to be prepared to pitch. Y'all got it. If you got it, just put hashtag FYP in the chat. Let's keep sharing this out and inviting more people to be a part of the conversation. Small business pitch competitions are the quickest way to win money for your business. They're also the easiest way to win money for your business. So we categorize these as grant funded opportunities. So if you're here, you're a Black woman with a for-profit small business, you could see yourself winning grants. This is the quickest and the easiest way to win cash. You're literally on stage holding a check, waiting on them to deposit your money after you pitch for maybe 2 minutes. So you got to put all this information in 2 minutes. This is a template. This is a layout. I offer this in my mentorship as well, walking you through exactly what that looks like when this is all put together. And remember, I told you all about Tay. Tay won a 60-second pitch, given all this information. in 60 seconds. She won $1,000. She's won a 3-minute pitch for $3,500. She's won a 5-minute pitch for $5,000. So at this rate, she wins about $1,000 a minute every time she stands on stage and talks about her business using not just this template, but the others that I have in my mentorship program and after our conversations of us working together one-on-one. She's our reigning pitch champ. She's always going to win something on that stage talking about her business, and I taught her how to do it. So the more you talk to me, I can help you fill in these blanks to see if pitching is in your future. Because again, it's easy, it's exhilarating, because all eyes are on you. You're on stage, you're in the spotlight, and you're simply talking about your business using this template to win. Okay. Lorraine needs a personal assistant and an on-site brand ambassador. Okay, I thought you was gonna say all of them, girl. I was trying to give you a minute to type. Okay. Jaleesa says clothing, size inclusive. Got it. Okay. Another part of your pitch, hey Danielle, goes into your social impact. So sometimes grants will ask, who else are you helping as a grant winner? And so what that means is if you were to win a grant, who else would you help? So think of, I call them the C's. So you got your customers, you got your clients. Customers are like, they buy something from you once, you may never see them again. Clients usually return. They may be on a membership, a subscription. They're regulars, okay? They're regular customers turned clients. You got your community. So think of, even if you're home-based like me, I went walking recently and I found myself in the business district. I was like, we got a business district? Look at us. Then I walked and so I signed it said economic development. I was like, we got economic development? Look at us. And I went in and talked to the new person over our economic development for the city. She added me to the local business owner. So here I am working from home, got out into my community, found other business owners where they were meeting up, and met a lot of cool people because that's where grant funding funnels in for your business. So the Department of Economics, Economic Development, small business associations in the business district, aka Main Street, in a lot of these small country towns here in Georgia. That's where the money resides, babes. And so, yes, I wasn't relearning it because I'm new here. Now I know where it's at in my hometown, and I know everybody that run it because we went to high school together in the chamber and on Main Street. But in Atlanta, girl, I ain't know these people. And the lady over economic development was new. So she was new, I'm new. Let's learn together. What you doing? And I sat in her office multiple times and we've had conversations. And she has sent me to places I didn't know I could host events at, invited me to events. I've been on guest lists, you name it. Me and we just been over the city together. Okay. And so, and it's a lot of them. And I love it because they're planted. Like you could go into a restaurant not knowing you're both a member of this little group of entrepreneurs and they're all black. I think it was like 2 white people the last event I went to. And I was like, dang, Atlanta do not be playing when they call us the Black Mecca. So I'm new to this hood, but I was determined to get to know the city. And you really only, you don't have time to lollygag as a driver in the city. So you got to get out and walk. So that's what I was doing recently and walked right on into some blessings. Amen. So learned that my city had received over $3 million in grants. And it was now funneling down to home-based businesses. So imagine if I were to host an event here in Atlanta, invited you, a grant covers that because our city got the funding. Y'all see how this works? So, yes, I learned this side of the city, child, and I still don't know everything. And I've been here, it's like 4.5 years now, but I ain't from here, you know. So I had to learn where the money resides. And so what that means when it comes to applying for grants, getting a little bit of that money, because that's what I taught Peaches to do. She's in Detroit, and she said her city, what do you call it, when like all the businesses kind of shut down during the pandemic, and it looks like a ghost town, underdeveloped. So right now it's going through a restructure. She was one of the only restaurants that survived. Her city got a grant. Her state got a grant. That's what it was. And she said, well, I don't qualify for the state grant, but let me see what they have on the city level. So after our call, she reached out to her city and said, hey, what y'all got for me? I'm one of the only standing barbecue restaurants. I want to keep the culture going, and I want to contribute by helping myself to stay in business, but also the city to look good because her restaurant is located where the airport is for Detroit. And so because they're flying in and they're seeing this city, they're getting a bad image because it's a ghost town. She's like, I need money to stay afloat. So they gave her $9,500 in a grant. Y'all see how this works? So money was funneled from her state level to her local city. She was able to buy her a new refrigerator freezer combo, some new ribs, some new brisket, and some new pantry items. And it kept her afloat as a business owner. Ain't that how that works, right? So there's money in your city too. You just don't know about it. There's a grant. I didn't know they were kind of everywhere. I thought it was just in Georgia because that's where I live. But they got $10,000 that they're just giving away right now to different cities. And so I'm still trying to find out all the details of how you qualify. I think you have to be brick and mortar. Um, but yeah, it's interesting to see the money that's in your hood and you don't know about it. Even as a home-based business or digital nomads, or if you're a member of like a co-work space. I love co-work spaces. I used to help run one here in Atlanta, and they're popping up all the time. We just had a new one open closer to our airport area as well, and so they get funding. And even if your offices are located there, even if you have like a office space that you rent or you go work out of a coffee shop or the library, you're still considered a community-based business. And so you can qualify for this grant funding. But they also want to know, well, in addition to your business getting funding, how are you going to give back to your community? So tell me that real quick. Thinking of your community, clients, customers, maybe you have a charity, a church. Those are our five C's. When you hear the word like social impact, community impact. So if a grant said, how are you going to help your community if you were to win money? What would you say? Like, is there a charity or a cause, a church, customer, client group that's near and dear to your heart? What would y'all say? Put it in the chat real quick and talk to me. Let me see who will be the first to answer that. And I can show you how that matters. I got more ice than water in this cup. So, who comes to mind if a grant said you had to bring somebody with you? Customer, client, community, charity, church. What would you say? YouTube, I'm talking to y'all as well. What y'all got? Because y'all real quiet. Anybody thinking of anybody other than themselves? Let me give you this hint. This is the number one secret to winning grants. Telling a grant who else you're bringing with you. I know this for a fact because the grant that I won said, here's why we gave you the money instead of the thousands of other people who have asked for the same money. I wrote them and I asked them, why did you choose my business? Because I want to keep saying whatever I said to y'all, keep winning. They said, we chose you because we can see your legacy, your vision beyond just you. So they immediately just put me to the side and said, it's about the people that you're bringing with you. That's the legacy. So if you're one of these black women that always talk about building generational wealth and legacy building, this is how you start. People give you money to do that. But y'all ain't saying nothing. So I don't want to assume nothing. So talk to me, I'll talk to you. Lorraine says community, youth sports group. So tell us more about the youth sports group, Lorraine. Is it what is that? Like for those of us who don't have kids, tell us about that. What does that mean? What does that look like? What kind of sports groups are you bringing with you? Let me know. Anybody else have anything in mind? When I apply for grants, I bring y'all with me. I'm literally telling the stories of the women I meet right here on Facebook Live. I've been here for 2 years. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, talking to y'all about grants. We have over 700 episodes. Me sitting right here in this chair, right here in my home office, talking to y'all about grants. So when I'm applying for grants, I'm talking about the Black women with for-profit small businesses who would like to find, apply for, and win grants. That's you. And so when I win grants, I'm able to give back to my community by offering scholarships. Scholarships to come mentor with me, train with me, get my help winning grants for your business. So that's my community impact. They call that social impact. They may call it social purpose. But if you don't have Any of the C's built into your business that you're considering as you start to apply for grants, you need to, okay? Because what that means is you're not just considering yourself, you're not just considering putting money in your pocket. You're showing a grant that you're bringing others with you, you're helping to build your community and build your city. If you got it, just tap the live and let me know that you're picking up what I'm putting down. If this is making sense, we got 3,000 likes. Let me see if it goes up. Because if you're tapping your screen, you're seeing the hearts, you're telling me that you get it. It's making sense. It's also telling me that this is helping. Lorraine, you chose our topic. Is this helping you a little bit? Let me know that too. Okay. I love conversation. I invite conversation. This is a safe space for Black women with for profit small businesses to get help finding, applying for, and winning grants. Right now, y'all just sitting and staring at me and being nosy and ear hustling because you're not talking. So you could be over there multitasking. However, it's weird, okay? So Jaleesa and TT and Pinky and Kay, y'all talk to me in the chat. I can see everybody on here. You know, when I start roll calling, that's when y'all being weird a little bit and you ain't saying nothing because you want to be entertained. I'm very entertaining sometimes. I ain't have my nap today, so I need some of your energy, okay? So I'm gonna talk to those of you who are talking to me. And this is a really good topic because you can go on Google right now and find a small business pitch competition. As a matter of fact, let me do a quick search. Let me see what pops up for me. I'm gonna just put in small business pitch competition. If nobody else gonna be ready to pitch, it'll be Lorraine. She'll be ready because she's talking to me. This was her topic. So not only does Canva have a template for you to fill in the blanks. Let me see what pops up. They got a pitch deck template on Canva. There's a list of 25 best startup pitch competitions of 2025. So what that means is this group that comes up has put together 25 top competitions you can go sign up for today. Use this information to go and pitch your business for free money today. Can anybody use some free money? Just put free in the chat. If y'all don't talk soon, I'm gonna wrap up because this make my stomach hurt. I'm like, who is on here? Because they show ain't talking, so I don't know if this is helping, if you're learning, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Child, y'all better say something. I'm hanging up on you. That's what Pink say in her song. Trying to find us some more pitch competitions. That's pretty cool though. The 25. Okay, then they got pitch contests. They got one that just happened 23 hours ago. They just announced their winners. So this is how easy it is for you to find opportunities to pitch your business. Any questions so far about what we've been talking about for small business pitch competitions? Lorraine, you got any questions before we go? Let me know. TikTok has been a little weird lately, a little weird vibe here, but I don't know. We'll go pray, ask Jesus what to do. Any questions just based on what we talked about? Lorraine says, my goal is to keep the youth occupied in a healthy, competitive, and positive manner. Got it. Let me see what else I wanted to share before I go. I think this will be our last point and we'll wrap up. When it comes to talking about who you're going to help in your pitch. Okay, say no questions. Thank you. Make sure you're also addressing the problem that you're helping your people solve. So, your client, your customer, the community, church, or charity, what problem are you helping to solve for those people that you want to help serve? Thank you, Lorraine, for being here. If you weren't talking, child, I'll be able to talk to myself, and this is weird. So, anyway, um, think of the problem that you have solved. A lot of people don't know what problem their business solves, and that's a problem. Okay. Hey, Samiko. And so a grant will always ask you, a small business pitch competition will always ask you, what problem is your business solving? Your business should be solving a problem. If your business is not solving a problem, you don't have a business. Okay. Because if people don't have a problem, what are they paying you for? You know, what are they buying from you in your product or your service? So, just a quick recap if you're new here. Hey, I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I help Black women, for profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. And so, when I pop up on here, I just want to chat with you a little bit about what grants are, which is free money. What they're not a loan, they're not based on your credit. You don't need a co-signer, you don't need collateral, they don't check your criminal history. This is free money that you don't have to pay back. It's for you to start a business, to sustain a business you've already started, or to scale that business to the next level. And so grants give funding for businesses not only to start, but to also help their community sustain. Like I told y'all about Selena, who did a back to school drive where she won a $10,000 grant to help send kids back to school. So she's making an effort in her community, and as a result, her business is being blessed as well. So that's a little bit about grants. Um, they come in the form of checks in the mail, but also other opportunities to win stuff that you may be considering getting for your business anyway, like software upgrades and new inventory, new merchandise, new websites, education, coaching. Um, so you got to be able to tell a grant what you need the money for, what it's going to help you create, help you sell, help you deliver as it relates to what you already do in your business. If you don't have a business, you can still win a grant, okay? Um, and tonight's topic was about small business pitch competitions. And so that's a form of grant funding we call GFOs, or grant funded opportunities, where there's money involved that you don't really have to go out and search for per se. You don't necessarily have to apply or go through a full grant application. You can simply submit your request to pitch or apply to pitch, answer a few questions, and before you know it, you're on stage in front of a panel of judges, in front of a room full of people talking about your business. And as long as you add what we talked about tonight, then you stand a chance of placing. And placing means these pitch competitions usually have a first place, second place, third place. Lorraine, you said you didn't know this. You didn't know what? Let me know. Um, but if you want to place within like the top three, you want to have all of tonight's information that we've talked about in your pitch. So talking about why you need the grant money, what you're going to use it for, tell them about the team that you currently have or that you want to bring on board in your business. Talk about your social impact and the problem that you're solving for the people that you serve. And just with that, those three, four little things, you're going to stand out among other pitch competition entrants. So you might enter a pitch and they're like, I think the most I've seen recently was like a 15-person pitch. And it's hard for somebody to sit through those pitches. I was in the audience, kind of helping to score these pitches and talk to the presenters afterwards. And so once the judges or the audience hears the more than one pitch over and over, it starts to sound the same. So when you focus on these things, you're focusing on how to stand out so that your pitch isn't drowned out by the other voices that are come before you or after you. And then you can potentially place. And so that's what Tay, our small business champion, does. She places every time, whether it's first place or third place. She's going to walk away with something because she has this full template. We didn't get into all of it tonight because I ain't get enough responses to keep teaching, and I don't want to feel like I'm just teaching for the fun of it. I do love to teach, but I love to teach to people who want to learn about this. And so I think it's weird to sit in front of 5, 6, 7, 8 people and only 1, 2 people talking. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, but I just wanted to do a quick recap of what we're talking about. If you want my help building this out for your business, learning what pitching really is and seeing me do it along with our students, head over to blackwomeningrants.com and come join us in our mentorship program. It's a 6-month learning experience, okay? It only takes about 90 days for you to develop all this out, start applying to competitions, applying to grants, and winning. My mentees win grants. We have over 600 mentees in our program right now. And we have a scholarship spot available on a first come, first serve basis tonight to come join our program for only $197 for those 6 months. That's like $1 a day. Okay. So pitching, winning grants, winning contests and prizes like my clients are doing, like I do all the time. I got some prizes on the way. This is another income stream, revenue stream for us. This is something we're now doing for fun. It's not because we're trying to save our businesses or not go bankrupt or close our business doors forever. This is something that's adding to the money our businesses are already bringing in. So again, we do this for fun because it's fun to win other people's money. Free stuff. Why not? Let's go. So if you can see yourself applying for opportunities like this, following a step-by-step process to win, then I invite you to come join us, claim that scholarship prize. We do have Klarna, we have Afterpay, and we have Affirm if you need a payment arrangement option on that 197. Okay, so it's 197 one time, not monthly. So again, the website is blackwomeningrants.com, www.blackwomeningrants.com. You can get there from our profile here on TikTok. If you're listening on YouTube, it's in the description. Just go there now. I'm gonna go ahead and log off our YouTube here. Thank y'all for hanging out. Um, any questions?